What is up, everybody? Welcome back once again to Hot Toys Hotline. As always, if you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel and drop a like on this video. I would very much appreciate it. Well, guys, in front of me today, as you can see, I have the Present Toys Robbers. I don't know why it's called Robbers. Wouldn't it just be Robber? I have the Present Toys Robbers, aka the Present Toys Tuco from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I'm very excited to get this one in hand finally. I do have this and the Angel Eyes as well. We will take a look at that one in the next video. But here today we have Tuco, guys. I have the Sideshow Blondie, and I really love that figure, so I can't wait to see these all next to each other. But without further ado, guys, let's take a look at the packaging first, as we always do. Getting close up, you can see we have an awesome portrait there of Tuco in the front with the noose around his neck. If you guys have seen the film, you guys know Tuco is always getting himself into a pickle. As we move down, as you can see, there's the Present Toys Robber 1/6 scale collectible figure there. We have the Robbers branding towards the bottom. Around the side, we do have Present Toys on the side, and then around the back, if you guys would like to pause this and read this, certainly you can. And we do have a noose and a pipe there on the back. So definitely really nicely done on the packaging, guys. But now, as always, let me take the foam insert out of the packaging, and we'll take a look at what it looks like when it arrives to you on your doorstep. Now, upon taking the foam insert out of the packaging, this is what you are greeted with. As you can see, we have Tuco sitting there with his cheeky smile and all of the accessories in there as well. Now, guys, as always, let me take all of the accessories and the figure out of the packaging, and we'll take a closer look at all of the details. Really quickly, here are all the accessories laid out together on the table here. Now, let's pick up each one and take a look at each one of them individually. You hear that, guys? That is my hand alarm going off. As you guys know, I have a rule. Each figure should come with a bare minimum of 8 hands. Unfortunately for this one, guys, we do have 4 extra hands, as you can see here, and 2 pre-installed on the figure. Not good enough. Again, guys, with all these companies, I want to see more options for posing, and that involves giving us more hands. I will say, though, with all the complaining aside, these are very nicely painted. As you can see, as we get closer up, you can see a really nice bit of speckling detail on the hands. Really, really nicely done. I think Present Toys is really stepping their game up, and I think that is very present with the look of the hands on this figure here. I think they did an absolutely fantastic job on the paintwork, considering this is an unlicensed third-party company, and these figures are relatively inexpensive. So very well done, Present Toys. Moving on to the next accessory. Next, guys, we have a very cool display base here with a graphic of Tuco's face on it, looking pretty suspicious there. But really confusing once again, guys. I don't know why it says Robbers. This is not the whole line. It's not called the Present Toys Robbers, I don't think. This is actually the individual name for this figure. It says Present Toys Robbers. So yes, we have Robbers there on the sticker on this plate. Overall, it looks really good. If you guys remember that scene where Tuco and Blondie were kind of entrapped with all the soldiers, that's definitely a really cool graphic they included there. Of course, this does have a crotch grabber as well. I don't have it installed, as you can see. But overall, a pretty neat display base. Next, this accessory is Dynamite, literally. As you can see, guys, we do have a Dynamite accessory here. Nothing too crazy about it. Painted okay. Definitely looks a little plasticky, but that's okay. It makes up for it because it does have a real fabric string coming out for the fuse, and I think that's really cool. But there is our Dynamite. Next, guys, we do have a sack of gold from that final scene with Blondie and Angel Eyes, that standoff. This is really cool. I think this is probably one of the coolest accessory, if not the coolest accessory. If we get a little bit closer, there's actually some individual detail on each coin. A little bit of sloppy paint towards the top, where you can see the bag has some gold paint on it. But that's okay. Overall, I think this looks absolutely fantastic. Moving around to the back, as you can see, it's kind of flat, so it sits flat on a table or a desktop. I think that's really cool, and overall, I'm very happy. I think this is a really cool accessory. Next, very simply, we do have Tuco's necklace. You do have a real fabric string here that goes around his neck, and it feels very nice. And if we get a little bit closer, as you can see, there's some nice gold painted in detail. Overall, really nicely done, but a very basic accessory. Next, guys, as you can see, we do have the noose that was around Tuco's neck in that final scene. Obviously, it is short on the end because Blondie did shoot him down and spare his life. As you can see, guys, there's a lot of final scene accessories included with this figure, and in my opinion, that was definitely a very smart move on their part. Next, we have a lever action rifle here. Getting close up, guys, some really nice weathering, as you could see. I think this looks really good. And the wood grain, I think, is pretty convincing as well. Overall, again, guys, I think Present Toys is definitely stepping up their game in the paint department. And overall, I think this looks really good. Even like some scratching across the barrel. Overall, really nicely done. I'm very happy with how this looks. And guys, last but certainly not least, we do have Tuco's custom revolver. I had to save the best for last. If you guys remember that iconic scene when he goes into the gun store and kind of helps himself to these different parts of these different revolvers and makes himself this revolver and walks out with it for free. And a bottle of booze as well. But guys, this is really cool. I definitely think they did a great job on it. You do have full moving parts, a moving hammer. The cylinder rotates and drops out to the side. As you can see, they did a great job and really spared no expense. And of course, you have that signature little lanyard that Tuco liked on his revolvers. And you can see that snake on the handle as well. Just really nicely done. And again, the weathering is pretty decent for a third-party figure. So without further ado, guys, let me grab Tuco and we'll take a closer look at the figure and see what we think. Well, guys, here we are with the Present Toys Robbers or Tuco, whatever you want to call him. Here he is in all of his glory. First impressions are very good, guys. As you can see, the tailoring is very nice. We have that kind of corduroy style coat there, and it looks really nice. As I rotate it around, it's very close to the body, and I think the proportions look very nice overall with all the layering of the clothing. As we move down, you can see the cut on the pants is really nice. I really do love, and I'll get a little bit closer, how those pants kind of drape over the boots. I think it looks really, really good and very impressive, once again, from Present Toys. I think they did an awesome job. Now, I know you guys want to see that head sculpt, so let's get close up on that head sculpt. As you can see, I think it's pretty nicely done. The likeness is definitely there. As we rotate it around, really from all angles, I think you could see him. You may lose it directly from the side just a little bit, but overall, guys, I'm pretty happy with it. Now, you guys always ask me, is this an original sculpt or is it a recast? I'm honestly not sure. So for those of you guys that collect the high-end custom stuff, you'll definitely have to let me know if this is a recast, because I'm honestly not sure. But again, I'm very happy with it. And once again, guys, I do want to give credit to Present Toys on the paint work. I think out of all the third-party figures I have, they do some of the best paint work in terms of third-party stuff. So definitely bravo to them. As you can see, the hair is definitely not super defined, but overall, guys, I think it looks really good. And of course, we'll get even closer so you guys can see that signature little silver tooth that he has. Overall, I think it's really nicely done. I'm very, very happy with this portrait. And honestly, I know we don't like smirking sculpts, but for this character, this is such a fitting expression. And overall, I just think he looks absolutely fantastic. I will give you guys a close-up look at the corduroy jacket and everything, because I think it looks really nice. Very nice material. I will open this up here. As you can see, we have a nice button-down white shirt there with some suspenders, and then we have his leather belt there as well. Overall, I think it's really nicely done. I don't know for sure, but I will put on the screen if it is otherwise not true. But I do believe this is real leather. Present Toys has been pretty good with using real leather on all their figures. And I think this looks really nice. The belt buckle is really nicely done. It is real metal. And overall, I'm very happy. And the stitching is also very clean on the pants, guys. Really, just really nicely done. We have a nice little liner on the inside of this coat here as well. Moving down, guys, as you can see, we have two hands pre-installed on the figure. You guys heard it earlier. We had to give them an alert because we did not get our 8 hands. But overall, again, I'm very happy with how they are sculpted and painted. And then moving down, guys, we do have our boots as well. As you can see, the soles are very, very plain. I will pull up the pant leg a little bit so we can get a better look. And I think that looks pretty good. Overall, I'm very, very happy with how this guy looks. Let's run through articulation. Head articulation. You do have swivel from side to side, forward and backward. Well, guys, I can't make this up. That just pops off very easily. It doesn't look like it broke. Looks like it just comes off of the peg. Let me see if I could put it back on there. Let's see if it does the same thing every time. Yeah, so that's not on there very well. I guess I'm glad I caught that on camera so you guys can see what it's going to be like when you get yours. I don't know if that's supposed to be glued in, but it does not look like anything is broken. Maybe that's just how the neck peg is designed. Very interesting. But nevertheless, the head does stay on unless you're posing it forward and backward. So that's a little annoying, but it's not the end of the world. I imagine the shoulder articulation would be very easy, and yes, it is. This coat here is made of a very loose material, so it's very easy to pose, as you can see. Putting the arms down, you can move them forward very, very freely. I definitely really, really like the articulation on this one. And then, of course, guys, we do have a full 90-degree bend in both of the arms. Very nice to see. We do have a rocker ball joint here, guys, and you can get full rotation on the hands as expected. I imagine the ab crunch is going to be very, very easy. Yes, it is. You can really put it really as forward as you would like it to be. In terms of the bend at the hip here, really nicely done overall. Guys, this is not a great body, but it's definitely not the worst I've seen from a third-party company. No ratchets, unfortunately, but as you can see, it bends very nicely. Honestly, you could have him in a sitting position, and he would look pretty good that way. Also, guys, in terms of the knee bend, these also aren't ratcheted, but as you can see, a little bit of a crackling noise there, but I think it's just the cheapness of the body. But definitely, at least something didn't break there. And then in terms of the foot articulation, I imagine you could just get the normal rotation. Definitely very limited because of the style of the boot. No forward rocking or side rocking. But really, that is due to the design of the boot. But guys, I'm really happy with this thus far. In terms of the body, it's just okay. It's not a great body. I think a body swap would definitely be helpful on this one, but I do very much like the proportions of him with this body. It's just not a great body. With that being said, guys, let me throw Tuco here in a couple poses and we'll close out this video. Present Toys, I think, really did their thing with this figure. I think the tailoring is great, I love the head sculpt, and I think the paint apps really have come a long way from Present Toys. Overall, I'm very impressed, and I really do like all of the accessories included. I really appreciate you guys for watching, thank you so much. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this figure. I'll see you next time, and I am out.